Alright, I know I'm a little bit late, but hear me out. A few weeks ago, I finally watched Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. I'd seen parts of them as a kid, but I'd never seen any of the movies beginning to end, you know? And while I did have some problems with these movies, I have to admit that for the time, these were the best Batman movies out. But like today, it doesn't really hold up like it would have if I had seen it when it came out, except The Dark Knight, but we'll get to that in a second. I just want to go over like a little bit of things about every Dark Knight movie so I can hit every bullet point.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Honestly, Batman Begins is probably like the least memorable one of the three, and I didn't even know it existed before I started watching the movies. But it does establish certain things about the status quo that I want to mention. First of all, Batman himself. The suits in all these movies are pretty not good, but in this movie specifically, the cowl is the goofiest. I'm sorry, but you cannot make Batman without a moving neck look scary. The rest of the suit I can honestly say is not terrible, but that mask is really hard to forgive. Bruce Wayne though is a part of this movie I can say I liked. He's probably the best on-screen Bruce we've ever had, at least in the first two. The one thing that I don't like about Bruce's storyline in these movies is his love interest. I think the society has evolved beyond Batman. I think society has moved beyond giving Batman a random white lady to chase after in a movie. Okay, back to Batman. I know the Tumblr is like a fan favorite, but I like it when my Batmobile is a regular car that's tuned up instead of a machine gun mounted tank. The villain being Scarecrow, though I will say I really liked it. I wish more movies would use Scarecrow. One final criticism for this movie. Gotham looks way too normal. I think there's something like that tube-filled cityscape between regular Chicago, like something in between those two, something like the Batman did, where it's just like sad New York, because Gotham looks like super safe 90% of the time in these films. I like when Gotham City looks just dirty enough to where people still habitate it. Alright, now for the good one.
Spring into action with your awesome Mega Cape. Then, transform your belt into a motorized rapid-fire launcher and take out Gotham City's biggest bad guy, the Joker. Can you be the ultimate Batman? Mega Cape accessory and rapid-fire utility belt each sold separately.
Alright, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We all know why we're here.
You think you could steal from us and just walk away?
Yeah. The Joker is the best part of this movie, and I'm not just saying that. Like, as soon as the Joker gets shipped down to Arkham, the entire story takes a steep downturn immediately. Two-Face could have worked in this movie, but he goes from nice political figure to child killer way too fast. Literally over one dead girlfriend. Speaking of the dead girlfriend, if you think I didn't like her before, you have no idea now. But I'm pretty sure the writers have the exact same feelings. Because compare the amount of barrels in Rachel's warehouse to Harvey's office space. You can tell which one Joker wanted dead. Harvey got like a good half minute to escape, but Rachel was incinerated instantly. Batman in this movie though is the most important because he has to bounce off Joker well. And luckily for this movie, he's definitely improved. I think this is the best Batman is in the entire trilogy. I would call Christian Bale's Batman in this movie the white bread of Batman. So I do think this movie would have benefited from a much better Batman, like Robert Pattinson, but it's fine. He's fine, okay? This movie's really good. All right, now for the bad one.
There's a vertebra protruding from your back. It has to be put back.
This movie inherits the first movie's trait of being terminally forgettable. And the parts I do remember, I don't wanna.
It's done.
What was that?
Death.
What kind?
Instant.
There was no sound. He just died.
Yep.
I'd make some jokes about Bane, but that horse has been beaten to death at this point. And I would talk about Batman, but he's stuck in a hole right now. So I'll just watch this cop movie, because that's what I came to see, not the Batman movie. He's on the poster. I can complain about these all day, but let's be fair. These movies made Batman cool to a mainstream audience. The treatment Superman hasn't gotten in years. But these movies don't really have that Batman feel I'm looking for when I turn on a Batman movie. You know which one does? Luckily, these movies paved the way for the Batman to be created, and for that, I thank them. If you like this video,
I never said thank you.
If you didn't like this video, you're really gonna like this magic trick I learned. Let me go get my pencil.
Batman, what are you doing?
I'm Batman-ing.
I'm Batman. I'm awesome. I got a 9-pack.
Oh, look, it's Bruce. Hey, man. Finally got out of that hole. Sorry, video's over already. Just go home.